afternoon, Danny. I think first of all, just like to know a little bit about yourself and your role within Willoughby Football Club.
Okay, so my name is Danny Kindell. I'm the newest member of the board. Joined the board in June of this year with the role that was given to me, which was to oversee the academy, our academy, over the 3 sites, and also to re-establish and regrow the foundation that we currently have as a club.
In terms of Wealdstone as a whole, what's your relationship like with the club? What was the decision behind joining the board here?
Well, I'd started to come and watch games probably 2 seasons ago. I'm quite friendly with Rory Fitzgerald, the chairman, the current chairman, and Rory had invited me down with my couple of my sons to come and watch games, and it wasn't long before I started to get the bug for Wealdstone Football Club. And obviously having a varied background and career, which started out as in the football world, which was unfortunately curtailed by an injury in my early 20s. I've had a varied career. I've moved from football into business. I run an IT business which has been established for over 25 years now, and I think the attraction to me to the board was that I had a varied background, which was from the football world and from the corporate world, and the board's been looking to add a varied background to the board. So when the board approached me about 6 months ago, it was quite an easy answer from me to say yes to join, because I think I could really add value to the board. I could add a lot of experience from both a football perspective and a commercial perspective. And obviously I've also worked in the charity sector as well. So I've been a trustee of a charity for a number of years now. And so that work in the charity sector also appealed to the board because of the foundation and the work we needed to do for that. So yeah, it was an easy answer when they approached me to say yes, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my 6 months so far on the board, and I'll be lying if I said it wasn't without its hard work, but it's been so valuable, and I really think I'm actually adding value to the board at the moment.
You're heavily involved with the community side of things. How have you found the launch of the whole Wealdstone Community Foundation?
I've genuinely found it very exciting to launch or relaunch the foundation. The foundation was initially set up back in around 2017 by my fellow board member, Nick Simmons. Nick and his trustees done a fabulous job, but it got to after COVID, and it just became the challenge of keeping the foundation energised was really challenging. So when the board approached me to take this part of our club on, having had experience in the third sector as a trustee of a charity already, I took that opportunity and really gave it a go. It's been challenging because you're starting something from a starting position, but with the support of Nick and the fellow trustees from the foundation, we've really started to put energy into it. And obviously with the relaunch during the Braintree game, that's helped add the impact locally in the community to what we're trying to do. So in effect, the excitement has been because I can see where we can take this and where we can really make a difference in our community with the foundation.
Of course, on Saturday we have students coming down from Meadow High School in Hillingdon, pupils coming down with tickets. It's not the first time we've had students coming to games with a ticket incentive. Is that the sort of thing that drives this whole sort of project community?
It's definitely one of the key drivers for the foundation. The ticket incentive that was launched last season and we've carried it on into this season has been a really amazing programme that has really brought local schools, in particular junior schools and their families. It's driven the opportunity for those children that maybe not usually able to attend games to come down to our games. and we've had probably 6 schools in the local area now attend games. Plus, what we've done is the ticket incentive has also been to a far wider reach, where we've offered incentives to disadvantaged communities, and in particular we offered the tickets to the displaced families from Ukraine recently that came down, and the feedback that we had from people to the ticket incentive was wonderful, and it really spurs me on to continually deliver these kind of programs in our community, especially for young children that don't have the access to the games in a full football league.
So of course the other week we had the 3-2 win against Braintree, but more importantly it was the community game. It was the game for driving in revenue for the Community Foundation. How did you find the success of that?
Yeah, I was very, very grateful to the board to give me the opportunity of that game to launch or relaunch the foundation. What that enabled me to do was to open up the foundation to the wider community in the club. We managed to bring to that game Head in the Game, which is a new partner of ours, which is a mental health or mental fitness charity. They attended the game. They managed to publicise that as well across their own fan base and a membership base. But with the support of the board, it allowed me to get much needed funds into the foundation, which we can utilise and start to build on to deliver new and exciting programmes within the community.
Now that you've had that game once, does it give you again that foundation to put on another and make it even better next time?
Absolutely, yeah. We've said as a board that we would like to do a foundational game once a year, once every season. And we've learnt some lessons from the first foundation game. We probably need to promote that a little bit more effectively. We probably need to be a little bit more visual in terms of where the fans can see what we're trying to achieve. But definitely the success has been noted by a lot of people that I see at the ground on a weekly basis, and also has been seen very positively by the National League itself, which we need to have them on board, and their National League Trust, which is the trust that's associated to the National League. They can see what we're doing as a community club, and having that game really did bring the club and our community-based impact to the forefront.
Of course, not just involved with the community side, but the academy as well. We're now based across 3 different campuses, 160 students. How important is that growth of the academy for the club?
Hugely important. Again, it opens the club into the community, but also the growth of it. Obviously, naturally, we're hoping that by growing the academy, we grow the opportunity for new and local talent to come into our academy. We want to obviously create a deeper pathway between the academy and the first team. We've seen that in a couple of instances recently on Tuesday night with Declan Phillips being part of the squad. We'd like to see more of that in the coming years, but the academy is growing, and it's growing in a way that I'm happy with, because we can still deliver effectively on our syllabus, so the academic side, and on the footballing side. And the results for those that are not in the know, but our under 19s and our under 23s are effectively winning more games than they're losing. And our league position is such that we're actually I think in 2 of the leagues we're actually pushing for the top spot at the moment. So I'm really pleased with how that's going, and you'll see over the next 12 to 18 months definitely an emphasis and a bigger growth into the academy programme.
With the partnership with Brunell, we have coaches going over to coach at Brunell. Is that another thing that just continues to boost this whole academy project? Definitely.
I sit on a monthly meeting with Brunel University and their the student union, and with both Dale and Cam and the other coaches that are involved with the academy helping Brunel University football. The feedback that we've had has been excellent from Brunel, because we've actually got to professionalise their football programme. They're very, very happy with the way that's going, and ultimately, if we can get more of a relationship with Brunel University and their football teams and the students, that should entice more of the students from Brunel to come to our games, home games, so that it ties in more of the relationship between the two bodies, which is Brunel University and Wealdstone Football Club.